Hello, Brick fans! It's me, Mario! Well, Brick fans, I'm sure you'll all be devastated to hear that I am not going to be doing my Mario impression for the entire build and review. However, we do have something very special to show you on the show today. This one I'm super excited about. It's the NES! I've got to get through the intro before my mustache falls off. Not too long. This one looks really cool. It's super retro. It's got the retro TV with all the cool old school knobs and everything. It's obviously got the console itself. Comes with a controller that's like life size. It's got a cartridge as well that you can put in there. It's a pretty big set. It's 2,646 pieces, I think. The box itself is pretty large. So this one will take a little while to get through, but I am very pumped to get in there and have a look. Just looking at the box itself, it's a fairly plain looking box. There is a little bit of Mario style design on the side, that little sort of retro look to it. I mean, the set itself looks really cool on the box still. So looking at the back of the box, it does go through some of the features. So you can insert the cartridge, obviously. You do get this kind of windy mechanism on the TV, which Mario then moves around and stuff. So I'm super keen to get in and have a look and see how that all works. Do get a diagram of the set, which is pretty cool. And the back of the TV as well just looks really cool. I mean, it's just the back of a TV, but it's just so well done. It looks really cool. I can't wait to get this one out, get it built. I think it's going to look great on the shelf when I'm finished. I don't want to delay too much on this one, guys, because I just can't wait to get in there and build it. So let's get building. Well, the moustache may not have made it through the build, but I certainly did. And I tell you what, this is by far one of the coolest builds I have ever done. Really, really clever mechanisms throughout the build, especially in the TV. Some of the cartridge work in here as well, with some great part usage throughout the whole thing. I'm gonna start with the controller. Pretty one-to-one in terms of size. You got the two big buttons, you got the D-pad here. I think it might have been really cool if they were able to get some sort of spring suspension or something in here, like a Technic piece or something underneath. I don't know if it'd be possible, but it would be really cool if they were able to do that. These buttons are quite static. I think that generally the likeness is really awesome, and you get throughout the build, but in particular on the controller, you do get some custom tile pieces, which are really cool and really sell the look. There's a connection point, which is just a couple of hinge joints. You kind of click in there. Looking at the actual console itself, really cool mechanism. So you lift up, which is obviously similar to what the real NES had. Again, on the front, you're getting some custom tiles in here. But one of the cleverest parts of this build that I really liked is the way that they captured the inputting of the cartridges. This is the cartridge build. It's sticker based, which is similar to the cartridges, I think, anyway. You also get this cool little green tile that they've inserted in there to make it look like it's an actual chip. But this is cool. So you actually insert the cartridge and press it down, which is really cool. Close it up, great, it's working. And then you can actually come back, give it a press, pops up, and out she comes. It was a little bit tricky to put together. I'm not really super Technic based, but the mechanism was well worth getting it right because it works really well. Just on the top, you'll see the design. They've got the kind of the air ventilation grates and things on the top, which is really well done. On this side, they've included internally this little mini Mario level, which is pretty cool that they've kind of snuck that into the build. Around the back, you do have the power and channel change slots, and then you've got the audio and video slots, which is really cool. Again, some really good part usage there. A couple of custom tiles there too, just for the audio and video. That was the console. I think the console itself, just really good proportions. It's probably a little bit smaller than the actual NES, but I think generally they've captured the vibe really well. And then let's get to the TV. It has the aerial. You can pop up and come back down, which is kind of cool. Again, it's a very kind of retro looking TV. They've got the sticker on the back, which gives all the sort of information about being a low tech and like, just makes it look cool, right? It's also got the audio and video inputs. On the front, you've got the knobs, and it's actually connected inside to a little soft piece, which when it turns, it kind of flicks it, and that's what gives you that really like clicky noise, which is kind of cool. These buttons obviously don't move around, but still just reminiscent of a really cool retro TV. The stand is pretty good. You can kind of just lift it off the stand there, and it sits in. On the side, you'll see here is the winder. The one thing that I changed around on this, it had a Technic stopper piece there that actually was meant to go like this. Like this just came off too easy. So I actually swapped it around so that I didn't lose the piece. If I've done something wrong and you've noticed it, feel free to leave a comment below and just let me know. I mean, that actually works, swapping it around so that I don't lose the piece. So I'm actually gonna leave it that way. The best part, the coolest part, it's very clever, and I will take the top off and just show you guys how it works. Basically, Mario is attached here on a hinge, and he's got like a little clear dish in behind him, which bounces off all of these tiles as it moves, and it gives the illusion that he's jumping, right? So that's really cool, and I'll show you now how that works. So you just turn this, and as you can see, it's basically playing through a Mario level. So cool. Really, really, really cool. You're looking at some of the printed tiles that are in this, the custom ones. Getting the star, you're getting the question marks, you're also getting the red shells, piece of mushroom here, and also the custom printed tiles for the tubes. Just such a cool little mechanism, and it's gonna look so good sitting up on the shelf. This bad boy, just like this. Just a really fun set. It looks great. It did take me, like, the tiles. There's a whole set down the bottom here. They're all just singles, and there's a lot of them. So it got a little bit repetitive in the middle bit there, but totally worth it because it looks awesome. The Technic stuff, again, there was a few times when I had to go back in and sort of change things around to make sure it worked properly. It totally paid off though, because it's really, really cool. Probably one of the only things that I can mark them down in this set is because of how clever this was, and the mechanisms within were so clever. It was so well put together. I really do think that they could have worked something out to give these a little bit of movement as well. And also maybe even some of these buttons would have been great. But that's it. Like, this is a great build. I do also have the starter set with this with Mario in it. And I know from reading the instructions that you can actually put him up on top of here. There's a little sound chip board in here. You can put him in there, and when it's turning, he can like light up and it makes all the cool noises and everything. In terms of a rating, I'm gonna give it a 9. It would have been a 10 if they had have put the extra little bounce in there. Probably one of close to my all-time favorites. So definitely recommend this build. Well guys, that's just about wrapped it up for today. Coming up next on the show, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to be going through the starter set for Mario to get him up on there and get some sounds going. I can't wait for that. I think that's going to be great. Plus we're going to be looking at some of the other Super Mario sets that connect to all of that, so that's going to be a lot of fun. For you Harry Potter fans out there, please stay tuned because we are going to be looking through the first of Rick Van Sam's Harry Potter sets. It's going to be the Hogwarts Moments books. So all 4 of those will be on the show, and I'm super excited about it. I'm going to get my robes on and just have a magical time. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook so you don't miss any of the content coming up, all the news and updates. And until next time, may the bricks be with you.